So this is a video looking at the start of Jumping Bean. If you're playing on a lever harp tuned in E flat major, then you want all your levers to be down. Okay, so depending on how big your harp is, this may start on your very bottom string. So if you've got 26 string harp, it's going to start probably on your very bottom string if that's a C. But the other way of working out where it starts is, if you know where your middle C is, we're going to the C below that, okay? We're going to put our second finger on that C, miss a string, and then thumb goes on the E flat. And, well, no, I'm not quite in the middle of the string, so I'll change so I'm on the middle of the strings. Nice thumb pointing up, fingers pointing down. And it's going to be a chord, so to get the chord to sound together rather than pa-pum, we squeeze the strings a tiny little bit before we play. Okay? And then as you play the chord, you see the thumb is going right over in a rainbow arc, or you can think of it as a tennis serve following all the way through. And the second finger is coming into the palm and then releasing. Okay? So let's just try that chord a few times. Okay? And then the next chord that the left hand is going to play is the same chord but up the octave. So it's the same letter names of notes, it's still C and E flat, but this time it's middle C and E flat above that. So let's try this one a few times. Okay, here comes the tricky bit. Now we're going to try jumping between them, okay? So we're going to play the low one and then the high one. Try it again. Okay, now we're going to try jumping backwards and forwards. You give it a go. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to try is a different chord. It's going to be second finger on the D and thumb on the F. So we were here, look, and it's just kind of next door in terms of the notes. I'm going to try that one. And then let's try jumping with that one to the higher octave. Okay, so now let's actually look what's really going on in the music. So in the music here, we're going to get a low one, a high one, a low one, a high one, and then the new chord, the D and F, and a high one, and the low one, and the high one. So we'll just try that again. Okay, you might even at some points be able to see the strings still ringing, and that might help you in terms of knowing where you're going. And the other thing you can think about is in terms of colour. So that first chord, you've got red on the bottom, and then you're just keeping that same shape. You don't have to sort of, I don't know, refine the notes every time. If you keep the same shape, then when you go for the next chord, the thumb will go into the right place. So if the second finger knows it's going on a red string, and you know that you've got this space, then here again, well, the second finger knows it's going on the red string and you're keeping that same space. I don't know whether that helps. And then in the other chord, it's the thumb is on the black string, and then again the thumb is on the black string. So it's like you're going for the chord that involves the red, 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 and then you're going to the chord that involves the black, the chord that involves the black, the chord that involves the black, the chord that involves the black. So let's just try this one more time. Buzzes, don't worry too much about it. It is a tricky thing to do, this jumping around, but in harp music we do get it quite a lot, so I just wanted to introduce it early on so that it wasn't something that was going to phase you later on. But if you get the odd buzz, we won't worry too much, okay? Now let's have a look at what the right hand is doing. So it's going to play two G's and then it's going to play two B flats. So it's the G below middle C, and then it's going to play two B flats. So show you again. Here's the G, and then it goes up 2 strings, and you get 2 B flats. Now, here's the exciting bit. We get to put it together. Okay, so remind yourself of how the left hand's going to go. That's just the first 2 bars, so let's look at that first. Now, the right hand is going to be on this G, and it does 2 Gs, so in this little bit we're doing, it's not going to move, and it's going to go like this. So it's the second finger is playing the G. Watch again. Okay, and then in the next little bit, as I said, the right hand second finger is going to go on B flat. We've got that other chord that we talked about, the D and the F with the left hand.